which is a neutral state and a mediator in the ceasefire talks. How do you see such an escalation by Israel?
I think it's a kind of a sudden, because it is not only a violation to the international law, but it came in a very, very sensitive time. How many times Qatar itself and Egypt and America, three of them, are doing a lot of good efforts in order to negotiate the problem which it happened 2 years ago between Israel and the Palestinians, especially with Hamas. Hamas agreed for that kind of discussion and negotiation. If America is giving the green line for such a meeting to be held in Qatar, in Doha, that means America itself has all the details about what's happening in Doha. Doha for many months and years have done a very, very sensitive and positive impact to the problem in order to negotiate the matter and give the Palestinians their right.
Yes.
It is very shame. It is very shame to Israeli to attack Doha. The meeting is already under the responsibility of America. It came in a very sensitive time. The United Nations, in 10 days' time, the General Assembly is holding an annual conference. All the leaders are coming. Again, shame on the United Nations and President Trump himself to stop giving the visa for 80% representing the Palestinian delegation with Mahmoud Abbas himself. So what happened today is actually not only escalating what's happening, it's giving dead hope for any kind of negotiation to the Palestinian state and to the Palestinian how kind of stability in the region.
Okay. Sir, allow me to just read for you some of the reactions. Now, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu said that Israel cut himself oversaw the operation in Qatar. The Bureau of Netanyahu said that they took the green light for the operation from the United States, from President Trump. Jordan's foreign ministry said that we stand with Qatar in any steps that it takes to protect its security. You have just mentioned that the timing is very sensitive. How do you read the recent Israeli strikes on Doha that occurred while there is a ceasefire plan proposed by Trump on one table? Trump at the same time gave the green light for the assassination attempt in Qatar. And how do you think the consequences will be for the credibility of the United States?
Well, credibility of the United States, there is no doubt for the last 2 years, it is not as used to be and as the trust of the international world. With the green line of the American administration and mainly from President Trump, opened the appetite of Benjamin Netanyahu to do extremely what he's doing. He is always very proud to say, I'm fighting against 7 districts. Now he would like to consider the 8th district, Doha. Doha is not in a fight with Israel, but Doha used to assist the Middle East negotiation in order to assist also the Prime Minister of Israel to find a solution to his problem. Again, what happened today is against so many things as international law, but it is exciting and exceeding the all hope of all Arab countries and international leaders to find a solution. Israel appetite is under the hunger of Benjamin Netanyahu. Nobody can stop Benjamin Netanyahu of doing what he is doing exactly unless America or Trump. Does Trump and America would like to do that? I doubt. I don't think America has to think something different, because with what's happening, America will be in a trouble to lose the credibility and the friendship of a very important countries in the Middle East. Qatar is one of them.
Of course. And now we are joined from Ramallah by Mrs. Tamara Haddad. She is a writer and political researcher. Mrs. Haddad, what do you think Qatar will respond? How will it respond to this attack of Israel? And how do you read the reactions of other countries to the attack on Qatar?
My greetings to you and to your audience. First of all, Qatar heavily condemned the Israeli airstrikes on its territory and labeled it a terrorist aggression. And they labeled this as an outright violation of the international laws. Qatar will not accept any targeting of anyone residing inside Qatar and will consider this as a direct threat to its national security and as a threat to those residing in Qatar. And Qatar will, through its civil and security defenses, they will contain the damages and will start their investigations on the matter. Of course, the attack targeted the negotiating group of Hamas, which existed at the place. They wanted to take part in the ceasefire endeavors, which occurred in the last month. And up to this moment, no reports that indicate that Qatar has responded to Israel militarily. Qatar only condemned politically and diplomatically the Israeli stance. And the investigations are still ongoing. And Qatar wants to maintain its role as an intermediary and a mediator in the ongoing negotiations, aiming to impose a ceasefire and delivering the humanitarian aid to those in need. Qatar always points that negotiations and political routes must be continued. Only we now have diplomatic and political insights and responses from Qatar.
Okay, yes. I get your point, and I would like to go back again to Mr. Maharim. Mr. Maharim, how do you read the Israeli statements, particularly by Bezalel Smotrich, that there is nowhere immune from the long arm of Israel anywhere in the world? How do you read the statement?
I think we are used to hear such a kind of statement from the leaders of Israel. The conclusion that they don't care exactly, this is a good translation of what they have said on their statements. They don't care about the reflection politically from the region or from the international world. Israel feels like nobody can stop them of doing what they're doing. And yesterday, if we compare that, 5-6 soldiers and 5-6 civilians died in Israel. And Benjamin Netanyahu is very proud to say that he demolished 50 sky building in Gaza. Is that considered a kind of victory or kind of weakness? So I think the reflection of the international world will start to blame America first and Israel second.